What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Tuesday. Nice warm Tuesday. As a matter of fact, it's 54 degrees where I'm at. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Look, I come across this story that took place back in 2017, okay? And it's about this African parrot right here. His name is Bud, okay? And Bud has been through a very, very traumatizing experience, so much to the point it just haunted him, the rest of his days. Now, I don't know if Bud is still alive, you understand, or whatever, because after all, this story is like 5 years old. Turns out that Bud witnessed the murder of his owner done by his co-owner, basically, and Bud basically, became traumatized and, turns state evidence against his co-owner for doing so, and became a witness for the prosecution. And hey, he actually sent his co-owner to prison for life. Okay. I know this story is incredible. It just goes to show, though, that you just never know who or what the Most High is going to use to exact his justice. You know what I mean? To make sure the truth comes out, basically. In this case, he used Bud, okay? Now, let's check out this video right here. I have a couple videos. It's probably about 2 to 2.5 minutes long, and then we'll get into the story.
That bird picks up anything and everything, and it's got the filthiest mouth around.
The bird, they say, mimicked both Durham and his wife Glenna, who was listed as a suspect in her husband's death, at least according to Michigan State Police reports obtained by 24-Hour News 8. Durham's family says they took this video of Bud several weeks after Martin Durham was shot. It starts what sounds like an argument, with the bird changing voices.
And all of a sudden this came out of the parrot's mouth. I personally think he was there and he remembers it and he's saying it.
Police reports obtained by 24-Hour News 8 show that a witness asked police whether they could use the bird as evidence, but they didn't show that the detective responded. Newaygo County Prosecutor Robert Springstead says he's aware the couple has a bird that talked, but said he had not seen that video. We took the video to Casa La Parrot in Grand Rapids.
It's definitely an argument between a man and a woman.
She says it's not unusual for African gray parrots to mimic male and female voices. Did you hear that?
Yeah, don't effing shoot. In my mind, it's something that he's definitely heard before.
Okay. But could he have heard it the day that the shot was fired?
Sure, absolutely. And if it's fresh in his mind, he might even say it more now.
State police identified the wife as a suspect in a murder-attempted suicide, suggesting she shot him 5 times before turning the gun on herself. They say she left 3 suicide notes, and they say the gun belonged to the family. But in an interview with police after she recovered, she denied killing him, saying she remembered nothing until she was in the hospital.
It's frustrating. I cry.
Constantly. And the worst thing for a husband to do is to look over at his wife crying. And there's absolutely no way of comforting this woman because there's no settlement there at all.
This talkative parrot helped finger a killer. You heard right. The bird's owner, 45-year-old Marty Durham, was found shot to death at his home outside Grand Rapids, Michigan. His wife was also found badly injured with a gunshot wound to the head. Cops at first thought they were both crime victims. Then the parrot named Bud turned into a stool pigeon, suddenly squawking what sounded like a reenactment of the murder. Had a foul-mouthed argument broken out between husband and wife? And it ends with these chilling words.
I felt it. I literally felt what the bird was going through.
Bud is an African gray parrot like this one. They are a very intelligent species and are especially good at mimicking human speech. Animal experts say African greys are very sensitive to traumatic events. Prosecutor Ellsworth Stay says he believes the parrot witnessed everything.
The parrot was in the home when the murder was committed.
Following an investigation, Glenna Durham was charged with murder, accused of shooting her husband 5 times, then turning the gun on herself in a failed suicide attempt. Why did she kill him?
They had some financial problems. On the day of the murder, their house was being sold in a sheriff's sale, which is a foreclosure type proceeding.
Glenna Durham was just convicted and was clearly not happy with the verdict. Bud the parrot is now in the custody of the murder victim's ex-wife, Christina Keller.
When Bud says those words, I feel like it's being relived in front of me. My house goes cold with the feelings, the emotions of that night.
So the final chapter in the case of the parrot that witnessed the murder has now been closed.
Glenna Durham faces life in prison at her sentencing at the end of next month.
Well, no. Oh, gosh. This is really not a laughing matter, but at the same time, it really is. Because I bet Glenna Durham wish she had to knock this bird off. You understand? I can see a movie. My wife even, came up with an interesting scenario, a plot about a movie being made about, this woman or, a situation like this, and somebody knew the bird was a witness and just set out to kill the bird. You know what I'm saying? When I came across the story, I was like, wow, I was amazed. It's an amazing story, and it was justice served, and ain't nobody but behind this but the Most High on the real. He made sure that this bird, relived this and traumatized, in trauma, from within, and just he couldn't get over what he seen happen to his owner, and he brought clarity to the whole entire situation. Even though the wife lied, you understand, she tried to kill herself, and I guess she thought she was out of there, but no, that wasn't the deal. I guess the Most High, allow her to live, and she's gonna have to do some time now. I don't know any updates on this particular story, about the bird or how he's doing or whatever, or the wife, you understand, if she's out of prison, but because it says she could face up to life. My guess, she got life. I'm gonna just say that. But as far as Bud go, Bud, needs therapy. Ain't nobody looking at what Bud been through. Bud sit up here and witness somebody get killed in front of him, which was his owner, the same person who fed him, took care of him, cleaned his cage and everything else. But what about Bud? Bud, what about some therapy or some counseling? You know what I mean? This bird has been through some shit on the real, just seeing that shit. And you can tell, it's troubling to him. As far as I'm concerned, I don't guess the bird been right since, He just blurts out the whole entire situation over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, his, which is strange, that the ex-wife, the guy's ex-wife, got the bird now. But she said the house go cold when she hear her ex-husband's voice, with this bird mimicking it. This is something scary right here. It's something supernatural on the real, though. But yeah, y'all get Bud. If Bud's still alive, get Bud some help. Try to get this bird some counseling or something, some therapy, because Bud went through some shit, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.